What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. We got some major stuff here. North Korea goes in front of the entire United Nations and blames the United States for escalation and says that the United States is basically escalating things to possible war. And I'll give you the details here on that. Yeah, it's crazy. In addition to this, the US is conducting massive military exercises and drills in the Pacific right on China's doorsteps. This comes as a US general in the Pacific recently warned his troops that war with China could be coming. And now they're doing more drills to prevent this from happening. Take a listen here.
Tonight, amid growing tensions with China, we're with American forces in the Pacific, where General Mike Minihan is preparing his airmen for a mission he's warned could come soon.
Do you think the U.S. could be at war with China in the next few years?
It's not me to say whether we could be at war with China in the next few years.
Earlier this year, Minihan, the head of Air Mobility Command, wrote a controversial memo to his commanders warning the U.S. could be at war with China in 2 years and they need to be prepared.
Do you still believe that?
I don't believe conflict is inevitable. I don't believe it's unavoidable. But I also believe that ready now is what matters most.
There have already been flashpoints. This Chinese fighter jet recently buzzing an American surveillance plane, and this Chinese warship crossing dangerously close to an American ship in the South China Sea. Minihan now preparing with Exercise Mobility Guardian, 70 aircraft and more than 3,000 airmen from 7 countries, the largest readiness exercise in the command's history, including this British cargo plane dropping off U.S. equipment, then simulating a medical evacuation. Also practicing resupplying bases in remote areas.
Cargo door, acknowledged.
This mission to drop supplies to airmen establishing a base on a tiny island north of Guam.
We're directly over the drop zone right now. About a dozen aircraft are beginning to drop their supplies and aid to the troops below.
In his memo, Minihan told airmen to get ready by firing from a clip and to aim for the head.
I'm not trying to be provocative. I'm trying to provide my formation with the tools and the action and the priority necessary to win.
Do you still agree with everything you wrote in that January memo?
I agree absolutely with the urgency and the action.
Are you ready now?
We are ready now.
That assurance coming even as some critics have voiced concerns the U.S. is not modernizing equipment fast enough for a potential conflict. But Minihan telling us exercises like these are critical to being ready.
Yeah, some people say tensions have never been higher on 3 fronts right now with Russia, China, and North Korea right now. This comes as North Korea just went, and you can see right here, North Korea requests to speak at UN Security Council meeting called in response to latest missile launch. You can see the size of these ICBM missiles. Literally the size of what, hundreds of people? Yeah. North Korea ambassador makes rare appearance at UN, blames US for escalation. Ambassador Kim Song's speech in front of Security Council was the first of its kind in approximately a decade. The North Korea ambassador to the United States spoke before the United Nations Security Council. Ambassador Kim Song defended North Korea's test launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile, calling it a legitimate exercise in national self-defense, saying, quote, exercise of the right to self-defense is a legitimate right of a sovereign state which nobody can deny, as it is recognized under the UN Charter and international law. Moreover, our test fire of a new type of ICBM, known as the Hwasong Gifo 18, is a warranted exercise of the right to self-defense to deter dangerous military moves of hostile forces, aka they're saying the US, and to safeguard the security of our state and peace in the region without fail. It was the first speech from the Hermit Kingdom in front of the UNSC in approximately a decade. This comes as the North Korean president, Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-eun, accused the U.S. of sending spy planes over North Korea's exclusive economic zone, the area within 200 nautical miles of the territory where it controls rights to the natural resources. She said a U.S. spy plane crossed the Eastern Sea boundary between the Koreas at around 5 a.m. Monday and conducted reconnaissance activity over the exclusive economic zone before being chased away by North Korean warplanes. She said the U.S. aircraft crossed the Eastern Sea boundary again at 8:50 a.m., prompting North Korea military to issue an unspecified strong warning towards the U.S. Yeah, North Korea then said that they would shoot down any U.S. spy planes, drones, or manned violating its airspace. This could then start a war. So North Korea is basically sending a stern warning to the United States that they would shoot down any planes that violated what they thought were these rules. You guys can let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. So, honestly, some people could say that the U.S. is playing with fire here, poking the bear a little bit. Literally flying planes right up to the border of North Korea. You could say, why are they even doing this? Could just leave North Korea alone. Could almost say the same thing with China. Literally flying planes and ships right up to China's border. Yeah, now on the other hand, we have people saying we have to show a strong presence there. We can't leave them alone. We have to show our force. We have to show strong military presence because if we don't, we're showing that we're weak. So you really got, people saying one or the other. Can't have your cake and eat it too, because if you don't show a strong military presence, we're showing that we're weak and we're showing that we can be bowled over. On the other hand, you have people saying, why are we doing this? Why are we provoking them? We could start World War III, aka you're damned if you do and you're damned if we don't. So basically if something happens, a World War III starts, you'll be like, oh, look at what they did. They started World War III. And if you don't, you say, oh, they didn't show a strong enough presence. And, you could let me know your thoughts here on this. But, yeah, it's a tough. This is why I wouldn't want to be president either way. Yeah, you can never win. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country and around the world on a daily basis. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. Click here to see a video how China just hacked the U.S. government. Or click here to see how the U.S. government is preparing troops and boots on the ground for war in Europe right now. That's right. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.